Let's talk about Caesar salad. Welcome back to Sprung On Food. I'm your host, Kae Sprung. This season, we're talking about favorite foods, the history behind it, and the role it plays in the world today. Joining me today is licensed psychologist, founder and CEO of Practice San Francisco, Nina Kaiser. Nina, welcome.
Thank you, Catherine. I'm super excited to be here today.
Yes, well, I'm very excited to have you here because your favorite food is Caesar salad. So tell me your relationship with Caesar salad. Tell me all about it. And why is
Uh,
it your favorite food?
it's delicious. It's like reasonably healthy, right? You have the lettuce as the base. I grew up in the Midwest in Iowa. I'm in my mid 40s now. And like the main salad that I remember eating as a kid was like iceberg lettuce, right? And like really heavy, goopy dressings from the jar. And so, like, as an adult, like moving out of the Midwest, I mean, I think even the Midwest now, I feel like I'm slamming the Midwest here. Like, as a Midwesterner, I have the right to do that. But
Listen, you have rite of passage. It's okay.
totally right. But like, even in the Midwest, there, it's like so much more of a movement towards local, seasonal. And I feel like I moved to the Bay Area just kind of on the cusp of that sort of movement. And so, like, a really good salad with like really fresh greens from the farmer's market or like from a really great like seasonal restaurant is like just at the top of my list. And Caesar salad, especially, you have like the greens, you have the crunch of the croutons, you have the tangy dressing, right? It just is such a win when it's done well. I mean, there are also terrible Caesar salads, but
Ugh.
a really good Caesar is, yeah, just amazing.
Do you do you happen to remember your very first Caesar salad, your experience with your first Caesar salad?
I feel like my first Caesar salad, like interaction was like much like my first interaction with seafood, which was fish sticks. My first Caesar salad, and he's like the iceberg was the goofy
Oh,
dressing.
that was the
Yeah,
Caesar
yeah,
salad. Oh,
yeah,
I thought that
yeah,
that was like your first foray just to salads was the iceberg with, and so you
mhm,
were like, ah, in comparison, Caesar
yeah.
salad was so divine. Oh, so this
No,
variation that you
both.
had a la
Yeah.
Midwest was with iceberg and a goopy dressing.
Yeah. No,
And
salad in general and Caesar specifically.
all one
So
and the same.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
if that was your first foray, did you say, "Okay, this is pretty good," and then maybe you had a Caesar salad somewhere else and was like,
Yeah,
"OMG, this one's
completely.
way better," to like a light bulb moment, like, "Wait, what was I eating before?"
Yeah, no, absolutely. Right. I've, moved to San Francisco in 2006, and I feel like it was just like a culinary revolution. I was in Colorado for undergrad, grad school in Indiana and Vermont, and all of those places were fine. In fact, in Vermont, in Burlington, there's a restaurant called American Flatbread that has really great like local seasonal stuff. So that may have been one of the first places I had a really good salad. But then the Bay Area just kind of took things to another level. I can't remember where exactly like the first really good Caesar salad I had was, but it definitely like opened an entirely new world in terms of salad, just with availability of ingredients. And then also, yeah, it doesn't have to be goopy and flavorless, right? It can be delicious. Yeah, it should be
Abs
delicious. Yeah.
Yes, yes, if you're
Mhm.
voluntarily eating something, I hope you can make it
Yes.
as delicious as humanly possible.
Yes.
These days, are there any places in particular that maybe your go-to to get
Yeah,
one?
no, for sure. So I live in Mill Valley in Marin, just across the Golden Gate Bridge from the city, and just north of us in a little town called Larkspur, there's a place called Pico Restaurant or Pizzeria Pico, and they have the most amazing Caesar salad. It is out of this world, phenomenally good. So like my kids actually won't, I have two kids, an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old. They will not eat it. They won't eat the pizza from there. My husband and I go there to get the pizza, to get the Caesar salad, and then we come home and get our kids like the crappy pizza from the place that they like better. So yeah,
What?
that place is
Ugh.
phenomenal. Yeah.
Oh, boy. Well, I mean, I if they what are they doing there that makes theirs so excellent? What do you like so much
Yeah.
about theirs?
It's the croutons and the
Mm,
dressing that really make
okay.
it.
Tell me
It's
about the
a full
croutons.
yeah, it's a full leaf of romaine or multiple full leaves, and it's baby romaine instead of like the,
Ah.
older, like, kind of like aged, not aged, but like fully mature. Like
Like a
so
fine wine. Yes.
totally. Right. And so it's like baby romaine, and then they make the croutons in-house. They're hand
Mm.
torn, really nice seasoning. And then the dressing is delicious. It's just super lemony and fresh and
Ooh.
not overpowering, but just the right amount. So
Everything is just so perfectly balanced. Ah,
exactly.
I
Yeah.
love it. Do they happen to bottle theirs and sell it?
Wouldn't that be great if they
Ah,
did? I don't think so,
mm,
unfortunately, but
maybe you
maybe
could give them that
someday.
idea.
Maybe they'll hear this podcast
S
and
send it to
maybe we'll
somebody
be the
over there,
conversation.
and
Yeah,
it'll open up a whole new business model for them. You never know. Olive
there
Garden
you go.
started doing it, and people went nuts, so
Yeah,
you
yeah,
never know. After you've sung their praises of the dressing,
yeah,
I think that's a push in the right direction.
absolutely. I know.
Well, to fully understand our food and appreciate it, we've got to know where it came from. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Picture this. It's May 1st, 1913, and a young Caesar Cardini is sailing into New York on the RMS Olympic. No, not the Titanic sister ship for a luxury cruise. He's down in steerage, hustling his way to the American dream. After a quick pit stop at Ellis Island, he hops on a train headed to Montreal, ready for a new chapter. But don't get too comfortable. This guy was always on the move. After some time in the Great White North, Caesar made a round trip back to Italy, only to return to the US in 1919, ready to carve his niche in the restaurant scene. Teaming up with a buddy named William Brown, Caesar got his start at Brown's restaurant in Sacramento, California, and soon enough, Caesar made his way to San Diego. Prohibition had just hit, and while Americans were parched for a drink, savvy entrepreneurs like Caesar knew where the real party was, just across the border in Tijuana, where he could dodge the restrictions of prohibition. In Tijuana, where alcohol flowed freely, Caesar saw a golden opportunity. Nina, what do you think of Caesar's entrepreneurial spirit so far?
I love it. Yeah, he's noticing an opportunity, taking advantage of it. Yeah.
Yes, and do you think he had good foresight to move down to Tijuana?
Seems like it, right? Just given the trajectory of the Caesar salad from there and the ubiquity of Caesar salad everywhere, feels like this was a move that really worked for him.
Well, he opened up his first restaurant there, and guess what? It wasn't long before guests were crossing the border. It's July 4th, 1924, and Caesar Cardini's restaurant in Tijuana is packed. The kitchen's running low on ingredients, and Caesar, being the resourceful guy he is, grabs what's left. Romaine lettuce, croutons, lime juice, olive oil, eggs, Parmesan, salt, pepper, and Worcestershire. Then, in a move of pure genius and a little flair, he mixes it all tableside, and voila! The Caesar salad is born, a legend whipped up in the middle of a kitchen crisis. Nina, when was the last time you ever had a Caesar salad served tableside?
I can't even think of a time, honestly. Yeah. What about you?
Okay, I don't think ever. Well, maybe,
Yeah.
no, maybe that's bold. I don't have all the memories intact from my entire life, but not anytime recently that I can think of. And you know what? What a charming practice that we've lost. Now it's just all made
Yeah.
back of house, and there you go. And maybe it still tastes great, probably. But I like a little show, right?
Yeah. Flair, right? There's absolutely flair in the tableside prep. It's like the
Yes,
guacamole at the Mexican restaurant, It's like, yeah, I love it.
absolutely. Yes, a little, yeah, a little pizzazz, a little show. I
Mhm.
don't know. I don't We should start petitioning for that. Okay, so the
Mhm.
place that you get your Caesar salad from, we're gonna tell them, "Hey guys, start making it tableside and
Yeah.
also bottle it up."
Yeah.
Okay.
Action items. I love it.
Now, while Caesar gets most of the credit, his brother Alex, sibling rivalry alert, supposedly had a hand in the creation too, calling it the aviator salad for hungry pilots. Then, of course, There were the restaurant staff who claimed they invented it. The drama. There's even a popular myth that credits its invention to Julius Caesar, but there's not exactly anyone around who can verify that. Even Julia Child had her first taste of a Caesar salad at Cardini's in the 1920s, back when eating this salad with your fingers was totally acceptable. Yes, that's how the salad was meant to be eaten, apparently. In 1937, the Caesar salad started making waves in none other than Hollywood, baby. It wasn't because Caesar Cardini himself was moonlighting as a movie star. No, it was thanks to Manny Wolfe, a big shot at Paramount Pictures who slipped the recipe into the hands of Tinseltown's trendiest restaurants. Suddenly, all the cool kids were eating romaine with that zingy dressing. In 1946, Dorothy Kilgallen, a newspaper columnist, wrote about a Caesar salad adapted from Cardini's that contained anchovies. Nina, do you have preference of a salad with or without anchovies?
I like it blended into the dressing, actually, like not on top, not visible, not that I have to cut up. I don't know. I'm like all about like even dispersion of ingredients, but I do feel like it adds something in terms of flavor for sure.
Yes, and so I'm assuming you've had with and without, and the
Mhm.
with captures your heart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just I think more what is it's umami flavor, right? Like more dimensional, like the saltiness that it adds is really great.
Well, fast forward to the 1970s, and our beloved Julia Child gets back in on the action. She published a recipe for Caesar salad in From Julia Child's Kitchen based on an interview with Cardini's daughter. Julia kept it classy with her step-by-step, leaf-by-leaf tossing technique. Cardini's daughter was quick to clarify something, though. Her dad's OG recipe: no anchovies, no mustard, no fancy herbs. Caesar thought they were just too bold, sticking only to Worcestershire sauce to bring the flavor. But leave it to modern chefs to rebel. Now, most recipes sneak in anchovies as a must-have, with some even swapping in mayo for that creamy, dreamy dressing. And if you're strolling down the grocery aisle today, you'll see Caesar dressing in a bottle from a handful of brands. Newman's Own, Ken's Foods, Trader Joe's, you name it. Nina, we know where your favorite dressing exists, but is there a grocery store brand that you will usually make as your go-to?
No, if I make it at home, I usually go with this recipe. There's a food content creator called Caroline Chambers, who's based in California in Carmel Valley. And she has a really great Caesar that you can do in the food processor. And it just, yeah, like I think it's so much better than like what you can buy in the bottle at the store. Not to be snobby about it, but yeah.
No, I was just about to say, so much respect for you making it yourself.
Yeah, doesn't happen all that often, Catherine. Like it feels
But
like
when
it's
it
very
does,
investment at the times that I'm willing to, yeah, that I'm really jonesing for a Caesar and not doing takeout.
and do you remember the core ingredients that this variation that you enjoy has in it? I'm assuming it includes anchovies.
It does have anchovies. It has Parmesan. Honestly, I hate to say it, but I think it has mayo. Rest in peace. I don't like
Okay.
original creator, not turning over your plate.
Well, we just learned that a lot of recipes do swap it out, so
Yes, yeah. Did I say Parmesan already? I think those are the main key ingredients, but now I'm blanking if there are others. But pretty low maintenance, like 5, 6 ingredients. You just dump it in the food processor, hit the button, and then you're done.
fantastic. Well, now come to think of it too, mentioning the mayo, I mean, in the original, now I don't know how the original recipe was made because I was not around in the 1920s to try it, but the eggs and the oil, well, that's all that mayo is
Yeah.
eggs and oil. So I'm wondering if it was like, the newer versions are just skipping that step and just
Yeah.
purchasing and using ready-made mayo rather than making it even more from scratch. So it's just a
100%.
little bit of an easy button, but it's really, I guess it's really the same kind of thing, unless they're just using like mayo by itself and putting in like the cheese and whatnot. Well, there is even a vegan spin. The anchovies gone, eggs swapped out for tahini and capers because who says plant-based eaters can't enjoy a Caesar salad too? Chefs around the world are taking wild liberties with the Caesar name, creating what some might call mutant salads. They're not even trying to resemble the original, but hey, throw in some umami and salt and no one's complaining. Whether you like it classic, extra fancy, or totally bastardized, how the magazine The Atlantic liked to refer to those mutant salads, the Caesar salad's humble beginnings prove that sometimes the best things are born out of chaos and a little bit of showmanship. So, Nina, what do you think about this backstory of your favorite food?
I love it. Honestly, it had never even occurred to me to dig into the backstory of the Caesar salad, but yeah, it's really fun to think about the historical journey, right? That the idea or the concept of the Caesar salad has kind of iterated through over the course of time. I had no idea that the Caesar salad went back that far into time, or that the restaurant where it was originally conceived of was in Mexico. Fascinating. Catherine, thank you for sharing with it. Yeah.
Well, I selfishly enjoy this as well because I get to learn so much. I did know about the origin as to where it was from in Tijuana, but that was kind of a newer fact that I learned maybe only a few years ago. But I didn't know that at its core what the inspiration was. It wasn't as if, somebody had an idea and they were working on a recipe for months and months and years. It really was just it was like the original show, like Chopped, where the guy was like, "What do I have in front of me? I gotta make something out of it." And pure genius. I mean, I don't know what really took place, if he was completely stressed out or if he was really enthused uh, by the prospect of being able to improvise on the spot and then even making a show out of it. I think that's really bold to say, not only do I not know exactly what the hell I'm making, but I'm going to bring it to the table and show you. Like, what?
Just the confidence in that is like pretty staggering, right? Like, this is going to be good enough that I'm going to come here, I'm going to make it in front of you, and I'm going to pass it over to you without testing, without checking, without making sure it's edible or tastes good. Yeah, amazing.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, what a showman. And to have that kind of confidence as well, I almost think for a weird reason in the same vein, which it's not, but as the what is it called? The Emperor's New Clothes.
Yeah.
This guy, I mean, again, not the same, but this guy just comes out and he's like, "You're gonna love this. It's great." And you eat it with your fingers, everybody's having fun.
Yeah.
And then
Seriously.
but you know what? Now that I think of it, this was during Prohibition and he was able to serve booze. So I bet you everybody was like pretty sauced up there too and didn't know what the hell was happening.
No. He's probably completely confident that it's going to be fun.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, these people are wasted. It's fine. Guys, eat it with your fingers. Do this. Enjoy." And everybody was but I mean, it apparently did end the execution was good because people really loved it. And then, it even traveled. That's how it made its way to the States.
Yeah.
People were bringing it back with them. So it definitely, made a footprint, which it's pretty impressive.
For sure. Well, and I think it's like such a great example too of, the cliche necessity is the mother of invention, right? I mean, if he hadn't run out of other ingredients, here we go, but there would have been no Caesar salad, right? And so, yeah, it just goes to show that innovation can come in in the least likely places, right?
Absolutely. Well, now Caesar salad is one of the most popular and well-known salads in the United States, where you can find it on menus at countless restaurants and fast food chains. It's even made its way into pop culture. Popular 1960s show Bewitched had an episode called Samantha Caesar Salad, where the character Esmeralda zaps up Julius Caesar instead of a Caesar salad. MTV featured a promo for the 1995 movie Clueless, where characters Cher and Dion try to order a Caesar salad at a restaurant, but due to diet culture of the time, end up ordering just a side of lemons after eliminating all the other components. In 2020, the Gordon Ramsay show Hell's Kitchen has a Caesar salad challenge in an episode called Hell Caesar. Nina, are there any moments in pop culture or modern society where you can think Caesar salad really made its mark?
I am completely drawing a blank on that, Catherine. I can't think of another one.
It is funny because it is such what I would consider a staple, kind
Yeah.
of a salad and food. So to
Mhm.
sometimes think of an extraordinary way that it is presented may just feel so common because it's like, well, where
Yeah.
isn't it these days, honestly? But
Yeah.
to see that there are dedicated episodes of shows, even though, some were a number of decades ago, that it still was relevant enough
Yeah.
that it was worth putting into a show, specifically having a show title named after
Yeah.
a Caesar salad, which I
Yeah.
don't know, I
That's
think
dedication.
I
Yeah.
yes,
Right.
wait, the fandom. Yeah,
Yeah.
it means people are really loving it, because I think you could think of probably something more niche, and then it's like, "Oh, okay, we really notice this because it's not as well known." But honestly, I feel like if we went on the street and just started polling people, what are your top
Mhm.
3 favorite salads, or what are the top 3
Yeah.
most popular salads? I mean, I would think Caesar would definitly be
Yeah.
in the top 3.
Oh, completely,
Right?
right?
Well,
I don't
I
even
know
know if I
you
can
agree, but
yeah. Preaching to the choir. Yeah. No, but, like, I don't even know if I can think of, like, multiple other, like, like, I was gonna say systematic, but, like, the recipe salads that
Mm,
are so consistently available right across different I mean, I guess, like, Waldorf salad or steak salad, like the wedge salad.
yes.
I'm trying to think about, like, what else would even come up for me, like, thinking about that. But you're
Yeah,
right, 100%. Like Caesar, you can even buy the pre-made kits in the store, right? So you're absolutely right. It's everywhere. And I'm sure
it's
there's a ton of movies and pop culture references that we don't even know. Like the character is probably eating a Caesar salad, but they're just not making as big a deal out of it as titling an entire episode, right?
right. The character likes it, but the writers didn't love it that much to really give it a
Mhm.
shout out. Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I am curious now, is Hell's Kitchen a show you ever watched?
It's not.
Okay, so I'm wondering what the challenge was if they just had to create their
Mhm.
ideal perfect Caesar salad, and then if that's the case, how they did and what ingredients did they use and how close were the ingredients to the original recipe? Were they making one of these bastardized salads? Were they doing, their own kind of take and flair on it, or were they keeping it classic? So now it's kind of piqued my interest and I'm a little bit curious to check it out and see how that went down.
Well, yeah, completely, right? And, like, if there were different iterations, who came out on top? Was it the classic? Was it the refined
Right.
version? Is it one with mayonnaise, right? Yeah,
Absolutely. Yes. Well, Nina, thank you so much for sharing your love of Caesar salad and helping me tell its story.
absolutely my pleasure. Thank you for sharing the history and the backstory with me. I feel like the next time I dig into a Caesar salad, it's gonna be with even more appreciation knowing about the place in history. So, thanks.
I love it.
Thanks for watching. You can find links and more info in the description below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. See you next time.